Howdy y'all, this is Daniel Nicholson with Nicholson Farms. We're back with another little video today. It's probably going to be a short video, but I have a story that I want to share with y'all. One of the reasons I started a YouTube channel was number one, to show the growth of our little farm, but also to show some different stories and challenges we experience on the way. And this story is definitely a challenge, but we made it through it, hopefully, and I just wanted to share with y'all our experience and what we did to save these baby goats' lives, if you saw the title. But y'all stick with us, and I hope you enjoy. So to start the story off, several days ago I had this nanny that's behind me have some babies early in the morning, and I come through on my break about 9:30, 10 o'clock that morning to check on all the goats, check on all the babies, make sure everybody was doing all right. And I found her with these two little babies, and everybody was standing up, everybody was cleaned off, and she was finishing cleaning them off, and they were starting to try to suck. Well, I had to get back to work, and I didn't get off till later that afternoon. It was about dark, and when I got here, I noticed all the other babies are running around, everybody's fine, and I started looking for them, and they were actually in the new little barn we built several weeks ago. And one of them come running out looking for its mama, hollering, and the other one didn't come out. So whenever I walked around there to check on it, I found it, and to be honest, I thought it was dead when I found it. It was just laying there kind of on its side, just did not look that great. And so I picked it up and I stood it up, and it was standing, stuck my finger in its mouth, and I noticed its mouth was kind of cold, but it wasn't even trying to suck on my finger. So I knew something was wrong, and so I pinned up the mother in this little pen behind me and tried to get both of the babies to suck. Neither one of them was sucking. And I didn't like the situation, and like I said, that baby really didn't look that good. And the other one, he looked a whole lot better, and looking back on it now, I should have acted on him too. But what I did is I took this baby home. I took some colostrum powder here that I have at the farm. I took it home with me, and whenever I got home, the first thing I did was read the temperature on this baby goat, and it was reading about 90-91 degrees, and a baby goat's temperature should be about 102 to 103. So I knew he was very cold, and we had to act fast. And I started looking up on Google different ways to warm baby goats up. And the one I found first, and the one we could act on quickly, is I filled up my sink with some hot water, about 105 degrees. And then I took this baby goat and I put it inside of a grocery bag and just set him down inside the water. And we left him in there for about 10 to 15 minutes. Excuse me. The whole time we're kind of stimulating his legs, stimulating his head, making him trying to move. And over the 10 to 15 minutes, he did start, picking up his head more, moving his legs around more. So I felt like we were going in the right direction. So after the 10 to 15 minutes, we pulled him out, and we took a hair dryer and dried him off on his parts that he got wet on. And he was starting to holler some more, which is a good sign. And then I read his temperature again, and it was 97 degrees. So I knew it was going up, and we wanted to keep trying to get it up, so we kept blow drying him. And then I mixed up some of that colostrum and tried to feed it to him. He went to sucking right away. That was a big turnaround, because he wasn't trying to do anything before for us eating. And so I'm sorry. And so over the next couple hours, we continued to monitor his temperature, and it actually got back up to 101, 102. And for the next every 4 hours, we would feed him some colostrum throughout the night. The next morning, Maddie, my girlfriend, brought him back down here to his mama to try to introduce them back together, because we didn't want to keep them too long apart because we didn't want to raise it, bottle raise this baby. We wanted the mom to do it. And whenever she got here, she found the other little baby looked twice as worse. He was just laying on the side. He wouldn't do anything. His head was kind of cocked to the side and kind of stiff. And so she called me, and I immediately told her, you know, go home, take him home. Let's start doing the same thing. And the first temperature we read on him was 86 degrees. And I really did not think he was going to turn around. So we did the whole bag trick in the sink. That brought his temperature back up to about 92 to 93. And then another little way I saw was to put the baby inside of a trash bag and just put a hair dryer in the trash bag with him, so it's just circulating warm air throughout the bag. And so that's what we did next. And the same situation, the baby started moving around, hollering more. And we got his temperature back up. He started eating again. And we fed him, or she was off this day. And so she fed him throughout the day, and that afternoon whenever I got off, she met me down here at the farm with the two babies, and both of them are up, they're doing well. And so acting that fast and actually reading their temperature and realizing that they were cold and heating them back up and giving them that colostrum really helped these baby goats out. I'll leave a link in the description where to find that colostrum. And also another thing that we mixed in that colostrum was some Nutri-Drench. It's just very nutrient packed liquid that you can give goats. And between those two things and heating them back up, I really think we saved these goats' lives. I got goats all over me. But I'll leave a link in the description box for all that. But doing that, we save these goats' lives for sure. These goats are distracting me now. And I kind of want to show you them now. And actually, let me go ahead and tell you why I believe these goats are like this. This nanny, she's about 4 years old. Last year was her first time trying to give birth. I'll tell you that story another time. Well, I'll go ahead and tell you now. Last year, this goat was her first birth, and she did not dilate like she was supposed to. The baby was doing her job, or its job. I never found out what it was. He was in position to come out right, but she never dilated all the way, and she could not get this baby going through the birth canal. We couldn't get hands in there. It was just too tight, and we actually gave this goat some Blutilize. It makes a goat, or it's for cows or goats or livestock. It makes them go into labor, or early on in pregnancy, it makes them abort the calf or kid, whatever it is that they have inside them. And we gave her that, and the baby we ended up pulling the baby dead several hours later after she finally dilated. But that's another story. So that's strike number 2 on her, so she's probably gonna be gone. But what happened was, this nanny's, her teats were way too big, and these babies never got any colostrum. They never got to eating. And just the colder temperatures at night, it was about 40 degrees that night, and it just took a toll on those babies with not having any food in their system. So the next several days, we held her down and put the nipple inside the baby's mouth, because they were used to us feeding them in a bottle, for that little nipple on that bottle for the first 24 hours of their lives. And so these babies, we milked her out a good bit, got her bag down, and put these babies on them every day. We come by here 4 or 5 times a day, put the nipple in the baby's mouth and let them drink. And now they're drinking on their own. Her nipples are down, and they're able to eat fine. I'm going to show you these babies now, and if you wouldn't have known, there's been no difference. These babies are acting like a baby goat should now, and acting so fast, we're really able to make impact on our farm and these baby goats' lives. So I'm gonna flip the camera around now, and we'll take a look at these little babies. So I just got this nanny pinned up now, just because of the video purposes, just so I can show you her and the babies. They've been out on the pasture the past 2 days now. They're under this little hut. see if we can get them to stand up and I can show them to you. So, I mean, there you go. They're back to sucking, eating. They're good and healthy little babies now. 2 little boys. I think I named them Johnny and Cash. She's taking care of them, but like I said, we're trying to grow good animals here and raise good productive nannies. So she's probably going to go to the sale barn this year. I hate it because she's out of my original herd that I had when I was in middle school, elementary school and middle school. So, but it is what it is, and as long as she raises these babies healthy, I'm happy. But I am very happy with this turnaround. Y'all, I hope y'all enjoyed the video. I hope this helped somebody out along the way. Like I said, this is the reason I wanted to start a YouTube channel. Show the good, the bad, the ugly, the lessons we learned along the way. This was definitely a lesson for us, and looking back on it now, I probably could have saved some baby goats' lives in the past doing this method, because there's been some similar situations that I've lost baby goats in. But I hope you enjoyed it. If you did, go ahead and hit that like button, leave us a comment, subscribe, and hit that notification bell, and we'll see y'all on the next one.